Oh my goodness, that is so big.
If there's a fish that swims, I need to catch it. Freshwater, saltwater, from a boat, from a kayak, or from 4 inches of ice. I thrive off the new experiences fishing gives me. I'm an ex-fishing guide turned videographer, calling Lake of the Woods, Ontario my home. I'm Jay Siemens, and this is the Canadian Angle.
Well guys, we probably don't need the snow machine for how far we're going out. Definitely need the snow machine for how much gear we're bringing. We're gonna spend the night on the ice. This is like a growing trend, is overnight ice camping with obviously some fishing mixed in. And yeah, we got the big toboggan, we got the big carrier in the back of my sled, and we're gonna load it up and we're gonna go through the steps of ice camping and hopefully ice a couple nice fish along the way. But it's a long ways until we're set up. Well, it wasn't too long of a sled ride, but we made it to where I think we're gonna set up for the night. So this is like a big decision when you're ice camping, when you know you're gonna fish this same spot for the next 18 hours. So before we set up camp, we're gonna drill a couple holes, use our live imaging, see what we can see. I have some mapping in this area, so I kind of know that we're on a nice mud flat. There's a big deep hole behind us. So I'm thinking, you know, late in the evening, maybe in the morning, we'll some fish slide up. But with me today, my beautiful and very pregnant wife, Samantha, and this is her first ice fishing outing of the season, so should be good. We're gonna drill a couple holes, fish a little bit. It's about an hour till sunset, and that is one of the best times to kind of dial in the fish. So we don't want to set up in the dark, but I would like to just get a feel for the area. So we're gonna start popping some holes and set some jigs and minnows out. This is so basic, but one of my favorite ways for dead sticks is just a couple split shots, little octopus hook, and then a live minnow. So eventually we'll switch our other rods over to this too, but this is called the jaw jacker. Essentially uses the bend of your rod to set the hook. Basically there's a little tip of yarn tied to the tip of the rod, and when that fish bites, it triggers it. Boom, you hear bells ringing, it sets the hook, and you want to have your drag set in a way that this fish can still pull line, but that's pretty much how we want it. So camping on the ice is so cool because typically you pack up when it gets dark and you don't always know what happens in the middle of the night. It's a little tougher, obviously, to fish out of a boat in the middle of the night. It's a little more dangerous. You don't know where you're casting, but ice fishing, you can have a controlled environment, you can have the lights on, and you can be real cozy. So I'm excited to spend all night on the ice. We're gonna spend one night for sure, maybe two. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we catch some fish because we don't have dinner plans. So whenever I'm looking for a rod for situations like this, a dead stick it's called, where it's just sitting still, or in the jaw jacker, I want something with a soft tip and then some backbone too. So when that fish picks it up, he won't necessarily feel it right away. So it's got a bit of a noodle tip, but then it's still got that backbone, that stiffer section for, you know, potential 30-inch walleye here. Fish, fish, fish. Well, that did not take long. Sam is hooked up. We didn't even start setting up camp yet. What do you think, Sam?
I don't know, maybe a perch.
It's not tiny. Nice, big sauger. Nice, Sam, we're on the board.
Oh, there you go.
Good job. Nice and slimed. And right there, that is why you always have your line set up when you're messing with other stuff. All right, first piece of gear you need if you're gonna sleep on the ice overnight is?
A shack.
A shack. Shacks these days are now with like a thermal insulated material. So to heat them is a lot easier, burns less propane, you can get them a little bit warmer too. We got a big boy. You could sleep probably 4 or 5 people in there if you were just sleeping in it. But if you want to fish, you could probably sleep like 2 to 3 people. So there's really 2 main styles of shacks. There's hubs, pop-ups like this one, and then there's the flip over. Flip over is a little more run and gun. The hub style is not as mobile, but you get more space. Obviously you don't need a truck to transport it. And yeah, they're very popular. Really depends on what style of fisherman you are, but for camping, definitely hub style is king. Let's take a little look inside here. Isn't this giant?
That's a fishing area.
So we're gonna do sleeping area, the 2 cots right here. And then we're gonna have a couple holes there for fishing.
This is the kitchen, the living room, fishing area, fireplace. This can be nice.
The important part, as we mentioned, was the shack. This is more of an accessory that you could do without, but it makes it so much more comfortable. These foam mats, I don't know if these are like fitness mats or what exactly they're typically used for, but they're interlocking, they're super cheap, and we are gonna layer the entire bottom of the shack. It stops it from getting slippery, it stops it from turning into a puddle, and then we'll start putting everything on top after that, but yeah. One of the other very important parts if you're gonna camp on the ice is pegging your shack down, because if it gets windy, you do not wanna wake up to the shack blowing off of you across the lake. What are you doing, Sam?
Trying to gather enough snow, put on the edge.
Otherwise there's a nasty draft that'll come in the edge. So that'll really help our propane go a little bit further and get the shack a little bit warmer. So all to be prepared and to be as comfy as possible. Oh, I got a fish on the trod. We are hooked up. Came outside, and the rod was bobbing. Nice walleye. That is gonna be, it's probably gonna be dinner right there, guys. Sun is setting. We've barely been putting any effort into the fishing, but they're snapping. Look at this sunset. I'm much better at staying for the sunset, not that good at getting up for the sunrise. That's the beauty of ice camping. So you get those two prime feeding windows. We got the heater going, we got our bedding set up, and now we're gonna be moving into the shack. We're still gonna keep those two lines outside, but we got two set up in here. I'll give you guys a little tour yet, but the camera's probably gonna get a little fogged up for a minute. They're biting in the shack. They're biting outside the shack. There's another fish down there.
A bigger one.
I know, wow. We need to get lights set up. I need to get out of all my equipment. Another sauger. Can't even tell if that's sauger or another sauger. He wants that minnow though. Well, I think we picked a good spot. Well, Sam, what do you think? Is this comfortable enough? This is kind of our overflow area for a lot of our gear. On each end of the shack, there's a vent. When you're sleeping, definitely want to crack one of these or crack a window. Yeah, it's pretty nice. These foam mats are everything. And then we've got 1, 2, 3 holes with the live scope in the middle. They can pick up both of our lures. So, and what is the most important thing, Sam? Slippers.
Oh. Slippers.
Slippers are key. This is what really brings it to the next level, is having a nice pair of moccasins. Well, we've been fishing for a couple hours. It has completely been silent, really, since like half an hour after sunset. But luckily we have that one fish to eat, and we picked a meal that we don't need a lot of fish for, and that is fish tacos. So we're gonna whip up some fish tacos while we got a little bit of lull in the action. This is a perfect eating size. With fish tacos, the fish does go a little bit further, so. All right, the fish is cut. This camp stove is older than I am. My parents said they got it as a wedding gift. I'm serious. We're going spicy on the fish. And a lot of people think you need egg wash, but water does a great job of getting the coating to stick, and you always have it with you. It's not, you don't need to bring eggs along, don't need to bring condensed milk along. And we won't need much considering we just got these couple fish. So I'm just gonna dip them in the lake water in the hole right beside me here, and just right in. Fish is going in. Good sizzle. Give it a good whiff. I went a little on the crispy side, which is what I like for tacos. That right there is that'll probably make us like 4 tacos. What do you all got, Sam?
Some lettuce and avocado.
Yeah, you did amazing on the avocado. Corn, beans, sour cream, spicy fish. All right, let's see how you put one together. Amazing.
That's my fish taco.
All right, we'll give it a taste.
It's good. Fish might be a little burnt.
Oh, stop.
Just kidding, it's great.
All right, this is probably one of the most important things to keep in mind if you want to camp on the ice. This is a portable carbon monoxide detector. Yeah, if you don't have proper ventilation with these propane heaters, you could potentially perish. This detector helps, obviously will alert us if levels are low, or if monoxide levels are high, oxygen levels low. And then as well, we have a couple of vents open throughout, and that's just, I'd rather favor being a little bit cooler than potentially locking all that fresh oxygen out, and just gives me that peace of mind in case for some reason something would go wrong with the heater or we didn't have any airflow, so. Good morning, welcome back. Oh, I just awoke to one bell, and now both rods have been triggered. Oh wow, it's bright outside. We did not have the action either of us were hoping for, but Sam's got to head back. I'm going to drive her back to the landing on the snow machine, and then we're going to come back. We're going to pack everything up, and we are spending one more night on the ice, and we're going to try new spots. So there's a lot of work ahead, but I'm really thinking prime time is going to be our best chance again when that sun gets low. So we got a couple hours to switch over, and hopefully we can get on some bigger walleye. Well, we dropped off Sam. I'm now flying solo, and now the work begins. Like, I think ice camping is probably the most Canadian thing you can do. For my friends in the southern United States, they can't fathom the concept of ice fishing, let alone sleeping on the ice like this. It's pretty cool, and it's more than obviously just catching the fish. It's an experience, right? A lot of us have been camping in the woods. Camping on a sheet of ice is pretty neat. Great activity for the family. We are all set up. Mats are down. We got them drying off. We got the heater on high. Oh, we got a fish. We got a fish. Well, I just got the other line set. We got something small, maybe a little perch. Oh yeah, we're gonna keep that guy for dinner. Well, as I got my second line set, this was one of the other options to catch around here, the yellow perch. Oh, it's a pretty good eating size, probably about a 10-incher. That'll fry up just fine. This is what I'm using on this setup, and I've just had good luck with big size walleyes on these little jigs. This is just a small tungsten jig, and the thing about tungsten is it's a lot more dense than lead, so you get these small jigs that are heavy, which is nice if you're ever fishing a little bit deeper. Dropping back into that danger zone. For so many species, those bottom couple feet is just where they like to do a lot of their feeding. You can catch walleye suspended, but more often than not they're going to be in that bottom kind of foot of the water column. Same thing with perch. If you did see a fish higher up, it's more likely to be a pike or a whitefish, and you can learn so much from electronics. It's more than just seeing the fish bite. It's seeing how they react to your lure, seeing how they might scare away or come back or just come in slowly, and then you need to finesse them. So that's what I love about electronics. It's just that learning aspect. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about our move. It was a lot of work. Things are drying out. That's a bigger mark coming in. I just double check my drag. Look at that fish on the right. That is not the perch we've been seeing. Got it. Oh, this is a different fish. This is a different size fish for sure. This fish has some weight. That's the cool thing about this live imaging, is you can actually see how big the fish are as they come. What do we got? Oh, big bass. Big smallie. Holy smokes, I was not expecting that. Oh wow, that is a huge smallmouth. That is a huge smallmouth. That is not what I was expecting. That is big Canadian bronze right there. That's probably, I don't know, 3.5 pounds, maybe close to 4. Unreal. Wow. All right, we got to get that fish back. We're not eating that guy today. Amazing. I love that part of ice fishing. I mean, it's always a surprise, right? Caught a couple walleye and sauger last night, got on the perch this morning, and then boom, giant smallie. Not what I was expecting. The fish finder's not good enough to tell you what species they are yet. I knew it was something bigger, but yeah, very cool. Look at this big fish coming in on the left. I take it away from that little one. Watch, these little ones will probably get scared away. Keep coming. Oh, look how that fish got scared away by the big one. Like how there's a second fish there now. There might be a little competition. Yes, we got a good one. We got a good walleye, guys. This is what we've been waiting for. I know there's the motto, big fish, big bait. But sometimes I've just noticed big walleyes being so fussy and just wanting a tiny meal. Ooh, that is what we're talking about. Oh, guys, we sorted through a bunch of small ones. Look at its perky dorsal. Man, and this is just the beginning of prime time. It's gonna get better. Guys, look at that tiny jig right on the roof of his mouth. It'll be no problem getting that one off. Sweet. That, we are definitely not eating. That one is going back, and there was another one with it, so. I think we're gonna have a good night. It is so exciting when you know it's a good sized fish swimming up to you. Oh, this is that noodle tip. This is a 39 light. It's also 39 medium light I like to use. But yeah, super soft tip, but then still that backbone to handle a good sized fish like that. As far as the real size goes, 1,000's pretty good. You know, often open water, you'd be wanting to use a 2,500, 3,000 size spool because you're casting. You don't really need that much line when you're vertically jigging, ice fishing in general. So 1,000 size reel is nice. I got 10-pound braid and then a 7-pound fluorocarbon leader. Yeah, I think the evening is gonna pick up. Oh, we got a fish. Guys, we got a fish, we got a fish. Oh man. Ooh. Ooh. This is something big. Oh, this is something big. This fish has some weight. Come on, baby. Ooh. That rod was just loaded in the jaw jacker. Pulled a little bit of line too. What on earth? There's just no way. Look at this, guys. There are teeth marks on this fish. Look how it's bleeding right under the gills. And there's a couple puncture holes. There was a pike that had this sauger in its mouth, and that's why it felt so heavy. There's no way this fish pulled that hard. Okay, it is that fish's lucky day. I thought we had the walleye of all walleyes. Probably what happened is the fish got hooked on the jaw jacker and a pike or a musky came and latched on, and that's what was so heavy. I've landed latch-ons in the summer, but never the winter. That would have been a first for me, but cool nonetheless. Ooh, big mark. Oh, come on. Ooh, I like that one on the right. Oh, that one on the right might bite. Come on. Come on, please. Oh, I got the one on the left. Oh, I think the other one is bigger. Look how he's following him up. These are both nice walleyes. I'm gonna try to get back down there. That is what I'm talking about, how cool live imaging is, because you can learn what size fish are hanging out with each other, and there's nothing wrong with that. It is getting dark outside, and the walleyes are turning on. Look at these fish on the left. Things are happening right now, guys. One of them has to make a mistake. Yes! Yes! Another good walleye. Electronics is what gives you the confidence to stay in an area. Come on, baby. Oh, it's bigger than the other one. Oh. Guys, look at that fish. Illuminated by the glow of the heater and the remaining of the sunset. Unbelievable. It is so important to put these big fish back. It's some Sunset Country gold right there. Little splash goodbye. We still got all night to fish. Well guys, as you can see, we're nice and cozy in camp. The bite kind of died off once it got dark, but we got both jaw jackers set up with bells, so maybe we can get a burbot at some point tonight. Got the vents open for some ventilation as well. Got the carbon monoxide detector set up beside my bed because that is so important. You need ventilation and you need to know if there's carbon monoxide building up. So safety first, and hopefully we wake up to either some bells from some burbot or an early morning walleye session. We'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, welcome back to the ice. As you can tell by the lack of bells ringing last night, we didn't get onto an evening burbot bite, but the sun is rising and we had a good sleep last night. Oh, we got some fish right here. What I love about sleeping on the ice is you capitalize on that morning bite so often. We got two. Okay, we're off to a good start. I don't know what the best way to do this is. I've actually never done this before. That is what I'm talking about. Sorry, as I was about to say, we're just capitalizing on that morning bite. Oh my goodness, that was unbelievable. As I was about to say, sleeping in the shack pays off. Right there. Unbelievable, double trouble to start off the day. Oh, yeah, it didn't have much action last night, and then you get half an hour before sunrise, and then it can get wild, just like that. The sun is just kissing the horizon. Oh boy, that's a big one. That's a big one. Oh, did you see how he just turned? Did you see how he just turned? Come on, come on. Got him. Oh, this might be the biggest one yet, guys. This might be the biggest one yet. Oh, that was such a good mark. This has some weight. Ooh, ooh. Those are some big head shakes. Look how this rod is loaded. The reason why I like a whippy rod like this is just it absorbs those head shakes so good from a big fish. Come on, baby. I am nervous. Crazy how you go all night and then that sun starts to rise. By the holes where I always get nervous. Oh no. Yes, that is a big walleye. Oh, guys, that is a big, big, angry walleye right there. Look at that perky dorsal. Unbelievable. Wow. Wow, that is gold. Gold right there. And that jig is just gone. Okay, one more look and we gotta get this beast back. Oh, man. There you have it, guys. Sleeping on the ice can pay off. Such a cool experience, you know, so silent out here in the middle of the night, and fish like that make it all worthwhile.